Ready? Stand by.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hiracheta Shooting Sports. If it's your first time here, thanks for checking us out. Subscribe, check out our other videos, check us out on Facebook, Instagram. If it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back and your continued support. So today, let's see, about a month ago, I shot a 3-gun match. A couple weeks before that, I shot a USPSA match. If you saw the last video, you will have seen that. But yeah, so 3 or 4 weeks ago, I shot a 3-gun match. Really wasn't a 3-gun match because I don't have a shotgun, so there you can go shoot just pistol, rifle, or rifle shotgun or something like that. So I shot pistol and rifle. It was my first time taking the rifle out. I've been working on it since February of this year. By the way, I'm really behind on the videos, so that's why if you watched the last video, I was supposed to have this one out within like a week, so it just didn't happen. Sorry for that. Been busy in the personal life and doing stuff here behind the scenes, but we're catching back up. So 3-gun match or 2-gun, multi-gun. It went great. Actually, I had more fun shooting that than I did the USPSA, which I do like shooting the USPSA, but that's not my prime focus. I just feel that shooting USPSA helps me when it comes time to shoot pistol and 3-gun, because that was my weakest link, I felt, was pistol. So, but 3-gun, multi-gun, that's kind of what I'm trying to make my bread and butter. So, I was really excited to get into that. It did not go as planned. I mean, neither did the USPSA match, but you know, and I don't think any USPSA or 3-gun or IDPA match goes as planned. But there were some things that I did not expect to happen. I didn't DQ. That was the main focus was, again, just like the USPSA, I did not want any safety violations and I did not want to DQ. So there were, I'm trying to think, there were 10 shooters roughly, and 10 or 12, I think it was 10, and I placed again 6th place. So I was, yeah, there were less than 10. I placed 3rd overall, or 3rd from the last, so 6th place overall. I think. I'm not 100% sure on those numbers, but I know I was 3rd from the last. So I was pretty happy with that, having gone out there and being able to not place last place. But I did get some video. I actually, this time, I got video of every stage, which is good because we'll get into that here in a minute. So let's check those out and let's talk about it a little bit. Okay guys, so this was the first stage of the day. This was also the same exact first stage of the USPSA pistol match that I had shot a weekend prior to this. The only difference is the steel targets in the middle. So at the beginning of this stage, again, I was not comfortable with the rifle. I was a little nervous, but I was comfortable with the stage. This is the same stage that tripped me up and really kind of got in my head a little bit when I almost missed 4 of those targets. This time I was way confident on the stage, had a different stage plan. I was moving a little better. However, I did miss my magazine change and it caught me right here. So I had to do a unplanned magazine change here. Cost me some time, not a big deal. Was able to re-engage the target and move on to the other 2. Here are these steel targets in the middle. Now, there was an issue I had with them. I started shooting them, and everything went pretty good. As soon as I caught that first one, I got the 2 poppers in the middle. However, the 7th target right here spins. You can't really see it from here, but it did not fall off like the other ones. It spun, and I kept shooting at it, trying to knock it off. I was under the impression that if you didn't knock it off, it didn't count. Well, some of the guys started hollering at me when they realized what had happened. They were like, no, 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 don't shoot that. And here they come. There's the Rangemaster, Robert Porter, in the green. And we kind of had a little discussion about, well, if it didn't hit the ground, does it count? So, and he was quick to say, yes, it counts. It sideways, there's no way you could have hit it, so it definitely counts. And you'll be able to see a little better in this next clip. I actually have a GoPro video that I was wearing on my head, and you might actually be able to see it spin. So let's take a look at that.
Ready.
So here's the GoPro video. This is the only one actually because I can't figure out how to work it apparently. Again, there's the rifle. Right off the bat, I was really impressed with how the rifle felt shooting. I'm not 100% confident with that rifle until after I finished the stage and I realized that I hit all the targets exactly where I was aiming at. Here's that missed rifle or magazine change, which wasn't a big deal. You know, it just taught me that I need to work on rifle magazine changes. However, I don't have the proper holsters or magazine pouches yet, so it was in my pocket. I had to dig it out of my pocket. I'm working on fixing that, but everything else went smooth. And here come those steel targets now. With this angle, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to tell, but you'll see right here after that second popper falls, right here, it just kind of spins and it doesn't fall. So I shoot the next two, and then I go back and I'm trying everything that I can think of to hit that target. And they're hollering at me. They're like, no, don't shoot at that. So, and you can kind of hear the discussion here. They come over, but like I said, we figured out that it was a dead target. All right, guys, stage two. Again, I'm feeling a little better after the first one here. This was a pistol rifle stage. Like I said, I'm way more confident this time than I was the weekend before shooting at USPSA. These were essentially, again, all the same stages set up exactly the same, so with a little bit of steel added to them for the rifle. So yeah, I was confident, familiar, handled everything. Wasn't really focused on my moving speed, but just focused on my shooting speed. And again, not falling, tripping, and disqualifying or having any safety violations. This stage in particular right here was just kind of hard to get around those corners, especially with that rifle. So that was the challenge there. Stage three, there was a lot of steel targets on this one. This one right here was probably my worst stage. Just because I was having, for some reason, a hard time with those steel targets. The issue was me. It was my grip. I was not focused on the grip on my pistol. So yeah, I was shooting those targets kind of sloppy on the steel. But once I corrected and figured out what I was doing, I didn't have any other issues with the steel targets. This was a pistol only, and I felt pretty good about it. Overall, it was a good stage, but just because I got hung up on those steel targets slowed me down. I was going to go ahead and call this my worst stage of the day. However, you might argue with that on the last stage, so let's go to stage four. This is a rifle only stage. I actually like this stage. This is probably my best stage. I had a lot of fun in this stage. It was my quickest. There were two ways to shoot this stage. I chose one that not everybody else was doing, and I think it actually worked out for me. This is where I was super confident with my rifle. I guess that's probably why it made it my best stage. This, however, was the calm before the storm, you'll see in the next clip. Again, trying to work on my moving speed here. But this was, again, overall, my best stage of the day. Alright guys, this was the last stage. And on paper, this was my worst stage. I'll tell you why here in a second. So this stage, the object here was to start with either your pistol or your rifle first, which actually this was set up for a shotgun, so I had to use my pistol instead of shotgun. Anyhow, you start with the pistol, you shoot the targets moving left to right. At the end of that stage, you will holster your pistol and pick up your rifle, and then move right to left and engaging the targets, finishing the stage on the left side from your starting position. So everything started off good here, and then I got hung up. I get the targets here on this, the middle of the stage. I got hung up on steel targets. You can't see because here in just a second, the person shooting this video for me got attacked by a wasp, unfortunately. He's okay. But what happened was I got hung up on the targets, ran out of ammo in my magazine, dropped my magazine, pulled my second mag from my belt. It was completely empty. Dropped that magazine, pulled my third magazine from my belt. It was completely empty. And that was all the magazines I had. I forgot to reload my magazines before I shot this stage. So after a few seconds of hesitation, I ran and grabbed my rifle and tried to complete the stage as fast as possible. Why this was my worst stage on paper was because I left, not being able to shoot at the steel targets, I left 7 targets standing, and that cost me a 35-second penalty. So this was a hard lesson learned and just my worst stage on paper, but not the worst stage for the day, I don't think. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, overall, the shoot was good. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet some people, talk to some people. I gained the experience. I can't wait to do it again. Here, I think the next one's coming up here in a couple weeks. However, unfortunately, I already have prior commitments and I will not be able to shoot that one. But next month, August. So overall, here's what happened in that match that screwed me up. Aside from not loading my magazines, that was I don't know what happened there. I just, I came off the range, and as soon as I came off the range from shooting the stage before that, I noticed there wasn't a whole lot of people resetting the stages. So I was really focused on getting out there and resetting the stage for the next shooter. It was hot. It was hot out there, and it was late in the day. We're towards the end, just trying to get that stage set up so we can get the next shooter on there and get done. And in between resetting the stage, talking to people about the stage before and then the stage we're going to shoot. So normally, as soon as I come off of shooting one stage, I go straight to my ammo box and I reload all my magazines. And I had been doing that all day consistently up until that point. And I think a lot of that just had to do with just getting tired. At the end of the day, it's 89, 90 degrees or hotter, and just getting fatigued and tired, just wasn't thinking. The other issue that I had for that day was, and this is I think the most important to not let happen, is I had not shot that rifle before I took it out that weekend, after I had done everything I needed to do to it. And therefore, I did not trust the rifle when I started shooting it. That first stage, I remember thinking in my head, man, I hope this rifle shoots straight. I just slapped that optic on it and did not I had it zeroed in on another rifle, and I put it on there and did not have a chance to go zero it in. So I was worried that it was not going to be accurate. I think that was one of the main things. So I just wasn't comfortable with the rifle, and that's my fault that I didn't take it out and shoot it and get comfortable with it. Always trust your equipment. If you don't trust your equipment, then there's a problem that you need to address before you get out to the range, because it could potentially cause a safety issue depending on why you're not trusting that firearm. So yeah, I wasn't comfortable with it. I had done all this stuff to it and didn't even know how it was going to shoot. However, at the end of the day, I was genuinely surprised that rifle went out and performed better than I had hoped it could have. You can check that rifle out in my next video that's going to come up. I'm going to work on after today. I'm going to showcase that rifle and everything we've done to it so far. Not exactly done with it now, but it's at least shootable and competition ready or match ready. So I was super happy with the rifle, very impressed with it. The next time I'm going to trust that rifle 100% and hopefully just improve everything that I did that last shoot, and especially load magazines. So as a lesson learned, it's a good story, it's a great experience. I was not upset about it. I was a little frustrated with myself when it happened, but one important thing about competition shooting, especially if you are new to it and you are a sponsored shooter, you know, you cannot openly express your frustrations 100% when you're shooting. You know, you don't want to start throwing stuff around and get upset. If you get DQ'd, if you mess up a match, if you break something, if you forget to load your magazines and you get up there and you got 2 bullets to shoot, you know, you're gonna have to chalk it up. You have to suck it up. It sucks. It does not feel good. Does not make you happy. But you just gotta, at the end of the day, you just gotta kind of shake it off, shake your head, smile about it, and chalk it up to experience for the next time. Lesson learned. Tough lesson. The worst thing you could absolutely do is, you know, say some things or do some things that might create a negative image of you with your peers, with the fellow shooters. So you don't want to do that. So yeah, I mean, I was frustrated, but as soon as it happened, you know, another thing that I could have done better was I could have ran to the next firearm, you know, my rifle, a lot quicker. I kind of hesitated because I wasn't prepared for that, and when I realized I was out of mags, I really, for a good 2 seconds, I didn't know what to do, and then I finally snapped, and I was like, I hollered at the guy at the RO. I was like, I'm out of ammo. I'm going to my next rifle, and he was like, all right. So I ran to my rifle, picked it up, and finished the stage. So next time, I've got to kind of learn that if something happens, then drop it and go. Don't sit there and hesitate and fiddle with something you can't fix right then and there. So, you know, all those lessons I learned in less than a minute on one stage. So that's it, guys. I will be working on my rifle video. Some of you guys have asked me earlier on in the year when we were going to see that. So that's coming up. Check that out. I'm not even going to try to estimate when I'm going to have that video out because life's just kind of been happening here lately. So, but I am working on that. It's going to be at least a week, hopefully. So check that out. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get the notifications. If you haven't already, check out our other videos on YouTube channel. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how we can improve, what you want to see, any questions, anything like that. Drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Don't get a whole lot of comments right now, so let's talk. Let's hash it out. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram. I am actually dropping a giveaway as soon as this video drops. So I'm going to work on this video. Hopefully I'll get it done today, July 5th. So also, by the way, I hope you guys had a great and safe, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you get on my giveaway. That's it, guys. We want to shout out to our sponsors: TXT Custom Gunworks, Butch's Guns Texas, and Accutac Precision Bipods and Accessories. Thank you to our sponsors for making everything we do here possible. Until next time, we will see you on the range.